Good morning from Lexington, Kentucky. Bryan Station High School, the site, as the football season turns into the first week of November. It's playoff time at the high school level, but before we get to those, here on PrepSpin.com, it's the Kentucky Middle School Football Association state semifinals here on this Saturday. Game number one is Christian Academy of Louisville against the New Harlan Patriots, as we meet for the first time here at 8:30 in the morning. Darren Douglas, along with a guy who I've done games with before, the coach, Mike Meehan, former head coach at Paul Lawrence Dunbar here in Lexington. Coach, welcome.
Yes, thank you very much, Darren, and good morning to you. I tell you what, football this early in the morning, what are you, on the West Coast? What is this? I'd have got to get my coffee and get all excited to come over here, but I'm looking forward to it. This is the first tournament that I've come to that I can watch the whole thing and watch these teams play.
And we'll see some guys here in these games. We'll have 8 of them for you today in 4 different classes. We have Division 1, 2, and 3 of the 8th grade, and we have a 7th grade game here, or a couple games in 7th grade today. This first one will pit the Cal Centurions out of Louisville, Kentucky. They are defending champions of the 8th grade Division 3 here. They will take on the New Harlan Patriots out of Knott County down in the eastern Kentucky mountains.
I like that. We have a good mountain team and a good Louisville team. That's pretty good. I mean, it's really interesting. This is a really nice facility here. Actually, I started my coaching career here, Darren,
as an assistant, correct?
1971. Yeah, an assistant for Terry Clark, and spent 19 good years here. And I'm really happy to come back and watch this and work with you, too, and William and Joe upstairs on the camera. Really good day.
Our good friend Gary Ball gets to sleep in today. But of course, we told him old folks have to get their sleep, right?
Well, he's all right. He's going to enjoy his time with his family. You know?
That's true. That's true. But this one here, New Harlan, a first ever appearance in this semifinal game in game number 1. As you look at your computer screen, you see them at the bottom half of your computer screen right here on the home side of what used to be R.L. Grider Stadium here on the campus of Bryan Station High School. And if you notice, the grass is a little green. There's a reason for that. It's a synthetic turf.
It'll stay green, too, all winter long. That's what's really good. Yeah, this is a good neighborhood here, real close to the interstate. It's easy to get to off the interstate. Good place to have a tournament like this where you have teams come from all over the place because it's simple to get here. Otherwise, you know, in other high schools in the city, it'd be more difficult to get your kids there.
Well, the first thing that, Coach, I think you recognized was the size of these kids at 8th grade level. They are bigger, stronger, some faster than others. And probably when we grew up, Coach is from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania originally. Then he went to the University of Kentucky, and now you've kind of made your home here in Lexington.
Absolutely. I've been here with my wife here now for many, many years and love Lexington and love the high school football. And now I'm going to really catch on to the middle school football. So real quick, Darren, give me a little heads up on this. High school rules.
High school rules. They'll play 8-minute quarters at the 8th grade level. We'll do the same thing for overtime as they do in the high school. And then the 7th grade will play 7-minute quarters. So and you'll see some really good football here, Coach. You'll be impressed, and I think our viewers and listeners out there, Coach, will also be impressed with the knowledge you bring. Gary Ball likes to call him the coach. I call him the professor because he will break things down for you to where you can understand it in layman's terms, but then you go, the way he described it, that makes a whole lot more sense than maybe what I even saw.
Well, you know, it's fun because football's like it's really not that hard.
It's almost a chess game.
Well, it's very logical, too. Everything's logical. The teamwork's logical. The structure's logical. And you just have to – a lot of people say they don't understand it. It's not that hard. Sometimes it's hard to understand what the referees are doing.
Correct.
But hopefully we'll get some good ones today.
I've seen a couple. We're going to get the national anthem here, so we'll be back here on PrepSpin.com with our first game of the Kentucky Middle School Football Association state playoffs on PrepSpin. Back at Bryan Station High School, you look at the New Harlan Patriots with their gray helmets, the gray pants, the navy blue jerseys with the white numbers. Thank goodness we can read those. We get to the high school level, sometimes coach can't read them.
Yeah, the uniforms get fancier and fancier and more difficult to decipher.
And the Cal Centurions in the royal blue helmets and pants with the white jerseys and the blue numbers. And, Coach, right off the bat, we're going to see a pretty good running back that William and I got to see last week. Here's an onside kick, which you'll see, and it doesn't go the 10 yards to the 50. It took a left turn right at the last second, and that's where Cal will start 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line of New Harlan.
Yeah, get the ball right where it goes out of bounds. You have your choice on that. I think they're going to get the ball right there. So it should be interesting to see what type of offenses and defenses these teams line up with.
Well, the guy I'm talking about is Brant Babin. He'll wear number 3 in white. He had a huge game in the semifinals and finals both last year when the Centurions took home the championship. They'll fake it to Babin. Rolling right, across the middle, caught by, that's actually Babin who caught the pass, number 3. They sent him out after a fake to the running back. So Babin evidently, went to the Taylor Strom is the quarterback, and he wears an unusual number, Coach, 25.
Is that Taylor Strong?
Chandler Strong. Chandler Strong, yep.
Quarterback.
Looks like he's got pretty good size, too. Tall, lanky kid. Takes the snap, lobs it out here to the flat, caught. Breaks a tackle inside the 30, spins off another one inside the 25 to about the 23-yard line. That's Braden Wilson.
It was a nice job, a nice throw, the little out route. Again, they're spreading the field a little bit here. Now they're trying to find some weaknesses. They're going to test this defense of the New Harlan Patriots.
Well, I'll tell you, Cal, under their head coach at the varsity level, Stephon LaFleur, spreads it out and throws it all around the yard.
Yeah,
so is his middle school program.
He's done a wonderful job down there, and he's a tremendous football coach.
The first down of the ball game at the 23 of New Harlan is the Cal Centurions. Under center is Strong. He'll go the I formation with Babin dotting the I. They pitch it back. Running left is Babin. Gets a block, gets around the corner, breaks a tackle at the 15, inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Should be actually going to mark him at the 13. Needs to get to the 12, so he got 9.
Nice job there. Little pro formation, I formation with the flanker to wide left to the wide side of the field, tight end to the left side. Nice blocking on the corner.
Let me be clear with this. There are 2 Babins in the backfield. The fullback is 36, Braden Babin. They list him as an offensive lineman, but they've got him down in fullback position. They turn, pitch it back to Brant Babin. He'll be stopped in the backfield for a loss. In on the stop for New Harlan. The first guy there was number 55, and that is Kobe Burkhart on the tackle, along with number 14, Josh Turner.
Yeah, Josh set the edge really well. Came in across the line of scrimmage and turned the runner inside, turned Braden inside. And nice job, a nice tackle.
Burkhart's the middle linebacker. Got a perfect name for a linebacker, Burkhart. For some reason, that just seems to resonate for a middle linebacker.
Well,
don't know why.
If he hits you, any name works.
That's true. I formation. The Babin brothers behind Strong. He'll roll left after faking. Gets away from one man. Trying to get the edge and is straightened up and dropped at the 19-yard line. There's Burkhart going from inside out, but the first guy to get there was number 53, Gavin Ewald.
Right, and Mr. Burkhart is down on the sideline here real quickly. Looked like he took a good – he's up.
Babin.
Babin. I think Babin actually had the wind knocked out of him.
That was the fullback leading there, and he got knocked – it looks like he got the wind knocked out of him a little bit. It'll be 4th and about 6. Now, you won't see a ton of punting when you get inside the 30-yard line at this level. Yeah. And you may see a field goal or two, depending on their kickers.
Can you give me the size of number 88 on New Harlan's team?
New Harlan, they don't have any sizes,
this is a big
I will tell you
kid.
that he's a big boy. I can see him from here.
Oh, tall, lanky guy. He's on the edge out there playing defensive end, and he's really doing a good job.
Coach Bean's talking about Hunter Helton, number 88, right defensive end as you look at it. On the opening possession, 4:35, clock running here in the first quarter of play. No score. Shotgun formation. They bring a receiver left to right, and down goes the new quarterback into the ball game for Cal is Tyler Lagasty.
I think that was a run all the way. I was watching the receivers, and they released downfield to block, so that wasn't a pass play. I think it was a quarterback sweep. But, again, this new Harlan defense, they buckled down after a couple pass plays that were completed. Did a pretty good job.
Looks like if you get inside the 20 or 25 of New Harlan, they get that bend but don't break mentality more so than anything else. Now we'll see the New Harlan offense. And they'll go with a receiver to the right side, 2 tight ends. And the I formation behind the quarterback. He'll turn, give it off to the deep man, a big hole on the right side, and he'll get over the 30 to about the 31-yard line. The quarterback for New Harlan is number 5, Cody Claiborne.
Yeah, Cody, pretty good job actually busting up through there. Looked like the tackle was made by Brendan Wilson. Pretty good job, but when your secondary starts making tackles, you need to concern yourself a little bit.
Went behind the right guard and the right tackle on that side. Burkhart is the right guard. James Gray, number 50, was the right tackle. And it was Josh Turner on the carry. They come back, same play, left side this time. Turner has the first down over the 33-yard line to about the 34.
Yeah, good job of tackling by Babin Brandt. Really nice job coming up there, piling it up on the inside, but still a good surge. You got the first down.
Well, New Harlan got here. Let's tell you how these teams got here. New Harlan had an opening round bye. They took on Williamsburg and knocked off the Yellow Jackets 51-6, and then last week knocked off Meese out of Somerset 42-6. So they're giving up only 6 points a ball game in this playoff so far.
So far we can see that defensively. Let's see how their offense does.
Same formation. They turn, give it off to Turner. Bounces off one man at the 35 and falls forward to the 39. Give him about 6. Make it 6. It'll be second down and 4. So far it's been Josh Turner right, Josh Turner left. Just a simple, typical I formation play, Coach, call an isolation play.
Right. They're a little isolation, lead the big fullback up, try to pick up the linebackers with them, turn outside on the defensive line. Cal's running it's a 5 front now, 5 front defense, 5-3 look.
2 wing backs, the fullback in set. They give it to him. He'll bounce off the first tackler and will struggle to the 40-yard line. He'll get a couple. It'll be third and about 3 for the Patriots of New Harlan on their opening possession, and that was for the blue-clad Patriots. I believe that was Hunter Blevins, number 7.
Chandler Strong playing safety for Cal here. Take a look at him. He's back at New Circle Road lined up. He's playing true safety right now.
True safety, and he's playing deep, and New Harlan hadn't shown the propensity to throw it yet. They give it to Turner, bounces off one man, bulls over another, and gets into Centurion territory. Actually, they're going to mark it right on midfield. But I tell you what, you get a fullback leading up that's got the size of this New Harlan fullback, and then you get and you think he's a big boy, and then you got to deal with the tailback in Turner.
Yeah, William Parr was the one that grabbed a hold of him and slowed him down a little bit so that he could get some help from Schwartz. Dylan Schwartz came up there and helped on the tackle.
That's one of those DBs. He's undersized, but he grab whatever he can and hang on and holler for help. They give it to Turner again. Follows his blocker in the hole. Inside the 40 to about the 33-yard line. 34. Nothing fancy with Josh Turner, the fullback. He's got one direction, and that's straight ahead.
Yes, and they came out with a little different look that time, Darren. You see the same double slot look that Navy uses on their option stuff.
Yep.
Of course, that confused the defense a little bit on the way to line up against it with 2 slots on each side.
Looked like they also blocked down from the left side in the center spot and then pulled the right guard and the right tackle. They turn, give it off to the fullback. Big hole up the middle. And he'll be stopped shy of the 25-yard line at the 26. Give him 8. It'll be second down and 2. That's Matthew Brown.
Yeah, Matthew hit that hole really well. They put a quick motion in on the left slot, but coming back. Now, why do you do that? Well, the reason you do that, there's a couple reasons. First reason is to see if they're in man-to-man in any possible way, see if somebody runs with them. The second reason is just to get them a little confused on how to they'll look out of the corner of their eye, see the guy coming, and won't know exactly where the gaps are.
Same formation. They turn, give it off to Brown, the fullback. He'll have the first down at the 31-yard line. And New Harlan right now, just a methodical drive. Nothing fancy.
No, using the fullback, hitting over guard each side. They're putting watch the quick motion again. The quick motion is also for some deception. They could fake to that fullback and give to the motion man. If Cal doesn't set an edge real tight on the side where the motion's going, then that motion man can carry the ball around the corner.
They go back to the regular I formation. Double tight end. The receiver wide right. They turn, give it off to Turner. Big hole on the right side. Gets down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line.
That's going to be the end of the first quarter pretty much. Once they spot the ball, they'll wind the clock.
Boy, I tell you, that you don't see many middle school teams that drive the football. It's usually a big play here, big play there. But this has been slow and methodical. Into the first quarter, each team has had one possession. New Harlan still in theirs. No score from Lexington. Bryan Station, glad you're with us on PrepSpin.com.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
Back at Bryan Station High School, we're through one quarter of play of the 8th grade Division III first semifinal game between the New Harlan Patriots and the Christian Academy of Louisville Centurions. And New Harlan is on the move with the ball at the Centurion 10-yard line. First and goal. They have to put it in the end zone, Coach, to get there.
They do. First and goal. And, again, the same motion. Fullback hit up the middle again. Power man.
Touchdown, is he? Yep, touchdown. Matthew Brown for New Harlan. And the Patriots on the board first, 6-0. And, Coach, that was an interesting-looking play. A lot of folks may think it was just a straight dive to the fullback, but really he's wrapping himself around. They'll call it a wraparound around the quarterback, and he'll actually step right, then go left.
Yeah, it's almost like a draw play. We used to call it a slow draw. Mm-hmm. But, again, it's a little counter play. I'll have to keep watching these offensive linemen to see if they're trapping Darren. Looks like they may have pulled somebody on that one. We'll see next time.
I think they pulled the big right guard, and that's Burkhart. And when I say big, he's big. I guarantee he probably goes close to 200, maybe a little over. They turn, they give it off to Turner, the tailback, and it's 8-0 New Harlan with 7:56 to play in the first half. Very impressive drive, though, from the Patriots.
It was, and that last play for the two-point conversion was really good. They actually put an unbalanced line to the left side. They brought an extra lineman over to the left side, but then countered back to the short side. Cal had moved over to take care of the wide side of the field and the strong side. Boy, there was nobody there on that side. Nice job. It was a really impressive drive.
Yeah, it was, and I know it had to be double-digit plays to get that touchdown. They did go 74 yards, I do believe, in that touchdown drive. So 8-0 in favor of New Harlan. You know, a team that I cover, Coach, Georgetown College does that. They'll go unbalanced and run away from where the strength is.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams do that. You go unbalanced, and then you take a look at the defense, and you kind of try to pick what.
Because teams will usually
side
slide
to
to the cover the unbalanced part.
Yeah, they'll go one full man or half a man over in order to gap it to try to stop, balance out the whole thing. The object is just to balance it out.
Okay.
We did a game last night with Lexington Catholic, and at the very end of the game, Lexington Catholic thought they could throw a screen pass. They thought the other team was going to rush the quarterback. They didn't rush. The rest of the time, they just threw the ball down the field and scored the winning field goal.
Ooh. Here's the onside kick. This takes a big hop, and we get flags everywhere.
Yeah, I think there could be 2 penalties on that. I'm not sure it went 10 yards, first of all. And secondly, that was probably called a hit of a defenseless player.
We'll see what we get here, but that is exactly how you draw up an onside kick. You'll see onside kicks more in the middle school ranks than you do anywhere else. You see them pretty much on every kickoff, and we're going to get a conversation of the officials here. And yes, you're not seeing things. A personal foul, and we got 2 personal fouls, so it's going to offset, and we're going to re-kick it again. Personal foul on both teams, so may have had the personal foul on the hit of the receiving guy on the kickoff receiving team, and then somebody from Cal must have retaliated.
Well, they both had to be live ball fouls to be offsetting penalties. If one was a live ball penalty and the other one a dead ball penalty, well, then you'd mark the dead ball penalty off because that personal foul has to be marked off, period. It would be marked off on the kickoff again or whatever. But basically that time, they changed that rule. When we played, or back in the day, on an onside kick, you're supposed to go down and destroy somebody so they can't get the ball. Well, they're protecting these kids a lot more now, and you can't hit a defenseless player like that.
Which you can understand.
I'm all for it. It's a good rule.
Of course, that's what I played on kickoff coverage. I was a hit hunter, what they call a hit hunter. This one off the hands of Babin at the 32, picked up by Babin back at the 26. Cuts right, and tries to come back left, and New Harlan is right there. I want to call him Knott County Central so bad I can't stand it.
Yeah, it's New Harlan.
New Harlan, but that is where they are from, Knott County, down in the southeastern part of the state, and one of the most beautiful drives you can drive down through that area.
Looked like Gavin Ewald was the one that made that tackle. He just grabbed and held on. A lot of these guys, they've been taught to hold the person up while somebody else can come try to pull the ball out of their hand. Turnovers are big, and in high school games, I'm sure they're big in these middle school games.
They're
too.
huge. I think we had a game last year. There were like 6 turnovers between the 2 teams and a whole bunch of big plays.
Sal's going to spread the field. They may try to throw the ball here.
And here comes Cal. They had success on their first 2 plays of the game throwing it. They didn't move the ball very well against this defense running the ball. They bring a man in motion from right to left as they started out with trips. Low snap, picked up by Strong, and he's just going to try to scramble, threw the timing off. Looked like he may have wanted to give it to Babin.
I think so too, but the ball was on the ground, and it was real difficult for Strong to get that ball and handle it correctly. That time, what we were talking before, people watching this, they put the man in motion. Take a look, if they do it again, take a look at the New Harlan defensive player that's over that man. See if he runs with him. If he runs with him, that means everybody's probably in man-to-man, and that tells you a little bit more we can do offensively.
Have 2 receivers to either side. The tailback to the right of Strong. Steps up in the pocket, lets it go across the middle, off the hands of his intended receiver, Babin, at the 38-yard line.
It was a good idea. They ran a little slant pattern out there. The ball was a little underthrown. I think he didn't get his feet underneath him to throw the football. Didn't set his feet correctly.
Matthew Brown was the safety in coverage for New Harlan. And it's a 2-deep safety look right now for New Harlan.
Yeah, that in a cover 2 look where there's 2 safeties. Again, if they're playing any man-to-man, it might be just on the slot back. Let's take it again. People watch this when they go in motion. Take a look and see if there's somebody going with the man in motion. We'll try to give you the secondary look.
Same formation, twin receivers to either side. Running back to the left this time of Strong, who fakes it to him. Drops back, screen pass, across the middle, one-handed catch by the Centurion. Here he comes through the middle of the field, looking for the first down. He's going to be struggling for it and may have the first down. If I look at the near side official, looks like he's got enough for the first down at the 43.
Yeah, it looks like you're right. The official on this side is coming in with his inside foot. Looks like he's marking it as a first down. Very good job by the officials on that play. And a really good job of running the football after he catches it.
Pretty good catch by Tyler Cole, the running back who came out and just sat down in the middle, and it looked like New Harlan was in a two deep zone there.
They were in a cover 2 look. Again, it's tough to cover these receivers on the outside when they have 2 or 3 receivers on one side. It's hard to see who's coming in, who's going out. Now they're back to their eye look with just one receiver on each side.
They flip-flop. The fullback, they're actually in a broken wishbone. They turn to give it off to Babin, and he is submarine there, and the ball came free, and it goes to New Harlan. Recovered by the Patriots, and I believe that was 69 for New Harlan. That would be Jordan Steele, who recovered the fumble for the Patriots.
Didn't look like he didn't have a grip on the ball as he was going through the line of scrimmage. You said he was kind of submarine. I think he was going down for the ball himself. I think the ball came out of his hand right away. So that's a big turnover.
Now, we will tell everybody they don't play with a regulation-size football for that the high school does. It's a smaller version for, they call youth. I haven't seen youth so long.
You don't recognize the word.
I don't recognize the word. That's right. Wingbacks to either side. They give it on the trap play. This is number 7 for New Harlan. This is Hunter Blevins.
Yeah, that was a nice job also on coming in and making the tackle. Jacob Heyman was in there and a couple other players too. Really a nice job.
I think Babin was another one there, number 36 for Cal. That would be, I believe, Braden Babin.
Braden Babin.
Yeah. Brant and Braden. Good news is one's 3 and one's 36. They're not 36 and 35. It'd be tough to tell them apart then. They double fake it. Actually, they give it to the fullback first man through, and that is Brown. And, boy, he just keeps churning those legs and falls forward to the 35-yard line of Cal.
Yeah, they actually had him stopped back there at the line of scrimmage, but he just pushed his way through. That was a nice job. Again, big fullback just pushing and pushing. This is pretty hard to stop this guy.
When we say big, he's a thick young man, but he's not very tall. He's coming out of the lineup right now, but he's a really good fullback we've seen so far in that opening drive. He gets the dirty work done between the tackles. He's not going to run wide too much.
No, he won't run wide, but again, they're hurting Cal with that power, with that fullback power.
They go unbalanced to the right. I formation behind. They give it back to Turner, and he's going to get inside the 35 to about the 34, maybe the 33. Looks like they're going to mark him at the 34. It'll be 4th down and a long 2.
Yeah, that was a nice job right there of stopping the running back. A little bit better defense. Cal's in a 5 front, looking like a 5-2 look, again with what we call cover 3 with this one safety deep and two corners. Corners are walked up pretty tight also. It's tough for these defensive linemen to be able to penetrate against this big offensive line of New Harlan.
Now they split that big tight end out that you were talking about, Hilton, to the right, one back to the left. They're going to throw it to Brown out of the backfield, makes the catch, breaks the tackle at the 30, inside the 20 as he breaks another tackle and goes inside the 15 to the 14-yard line.
That was an exceptionally good play. If it wasn't for number 64, Will Minrath, then he could have gone all the way to the end zone. Minrath came back and made the tackle.
And that's a hustle play by Minrath because he is a defensive tackle in that 5-man front for Cal. But, boy, Brown, what he lacks for in height makes up for it in just pure effort, doesn't he?
Effort and good moves, too. Good, quick moves. There's a double slot again.
3:30 to play in the first half. New Harlan on the move, already leading 8-0. They give it to Brown again inside the 10 to about the 6, maybe the 5.
This quarter's winding down, Darren. There's about 3 minutes to go in this quarter, and it's been all New Harlan as far as moving the football and driving the football and occupying the clock, as they say.
Yeah, well, Cal had the football to open the game and had a nice drive going before it stalled inside the New Harlan 15. Then New Harlan took the ball over and just drove it right down the field, and now they stop Cal on 4 downs and get the ball back on a turnover. They give it off. Big hole Touchdown, New Harlan. That's Hunter Blevins.
Hunter Blevins, big man, just pushes his way in there. They've been hitting up over the guards, but the last couple plays, it looked like they moved it out one gap to the tackle area and just powered it in.
Which would be more along the lines of inside-outside veer, kind of like we're.
Yeah, with that double slot, that's what it probably would be, although there's no threat of an option on it or anything.
But, man, New Harlan's offensive line right now dictating not only tempo, but exactly where that line of scrimmage is going to be reestablished.
Yeah, it's tough to stop them.
Back to throw, they have a wide open tight end, and that was Hunter Helton. And the 2-point conversion is good. So New Harlan's had the ball twice. They've scored twice with 2 2-point conversions. 2:48 to play in the first half. New Harlan 16, Cal nothing. Back with more of the Kentucky Middle School Football Association state playoffs on PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R-T, S Sports. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Had the kickoff. It was received by Cal's Newton Games at about the 33-yard line. Got up to the 25-yard line. Fielded the 23. Got a return of 2. And the big fellow, we've been calling his name a lot on the defensive side of the ball, and a couple times with nice blocks on pull blocks. Burkhart for New Harlan with a tackle. So 2:42 to play. Cal going to try to get something going offensively. They send a wide receiver wide to the right. Backs are split behind Strong, who looks for a screen back the other way. Doesn't have it. Now he's going to take off running. 35, and he'll step out of bounds at about the 38-yard line. Make it, they're going to put him right on the 40. So a gain of 15 on the scramble by Strong.
Yeah, it looked like he looked back to throw the screen. You're right on that. When he saw it wasn't there, he did a nice job, I think a very nice job of holding onto the football, not throwing it away, and then getting out of bounds to protect himself because the New Harlan defensive players were bearing down on him. It's pretty good. Again, Darren, thank you for doing this. I'm real excited about it. Yeah. And William just pointed out there are a lot of people watching us on PrepSpin.
Oh, yeah, and we'll have a lot more as the day goes through. We'll have the whole town of Belford that's not here watching. It's the whole mountainside up there. When that game gets in, we'll have half
nice
Alexa.
Job.
They have Baben wide open, 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Cal.
Perfect pass. I am extremely impressed. Led the receiver on a takeoff route, on a go route down the sideline. Perfect lead. Could not be defended. It was thrown so well.
New Harlan got no pressure on Strong. He let it fly, and it looked like you said a takeoff. It looked like maybe Baben deked the corner into like maybe a stop and go.
Yeah, maybe a stop and go or a down and out, and just a really nice job. That was an excellent pass. That's the most impressive thing I've seen out of a quarterback this weekend, and maybe the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, you'll see some guys who can throw it.
Kentucky.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, they have a big one coming up here in a couple hours out in Columbia. We'll be keeping track of that one. I know Coach being an alum there, and me being a huge die-in-the-wool Big Blue fan. Cal going for the 2-point conversion. They fake it, and Strong trips over his running back.
Yeah, he started to go back. There were a lot of penetration. I think that was kind of a bad situation from the beginning.
It looked like Strong was going to throw for the 2-point conversion. He faked a draw play to his running back Wilson, and it looked like Strong and Wilson got their feet tangled up, and down went Strong. But the 2-point conversion, no good. But Cal's on the board with 2:21 to play in the first half. 16-6, New Harlan. William, you want to keep it here? We'll keep it right here. I do want to thank White, Greer, and Maggard, one of our title sponsor along the PrepSpin Network. They cover everything from the games that Gary Ball and Coach Mike Meehan do here. We'll also thank the Kentucky Middle School Football Association. William, is this my 6th or 7th year of doing this with you?
You know, I looked yesterday after I went home, and it is our 6th year doing this.
So we've been doing it for 6 years, William and I. And
we started doing this for free as a hobby.
yeah, we sure did. We sure did. And, you know, it's not too bad. I mean, you know, William's got a lot of things going on, a lot of irons in the fire. He does a great job. Gary Ball likes to call him the king of stream.
Yeah, he does all those soccer games, too. And
He does UK soccer as well, and does a lot of other things over at UK as well.
Did we put Nye County?
It's Harlan County. Okay, Harlan County. Well, I tried to look it up and didn't find a website for it, so it's Harlan County. We were corrected by a fan from New Harlan. We apologize.
Well, it's New Harlan. Surely it would be Harlan.
Well, I don't know.
I was wondering about that.
I don't know. You get down those mountains, you get names for people and things. And here's an onside kick and almost recovered by the Centurions. Just not quick enough as Joshua Spainhour, number 11 in white, just didn't get there in time, and the ball goes out of bounds.
Right, didn't go 10 yards.
Yeah. Well, actually, it did. It went to they marked it at the 46 of New Harlan, so it's Harlan County. I apologize.
Just an out of bounds.
To all the southeastern fans that are listening to us down there, I apologize.
There's a ton of them.
Yeah. You know that somebody's listening. We apologize for that.
Hey, I'm tell you what, if you ended up going down there, you may not come out.
Well, I was down in that area, but I was in Knox County.
You'll never leave Harlan alive.
A couple of weeks ago. I went down there a couple of weeks ago to Union College.
I love Harlan County. I love that place.
It is a beautiful
tell you
town.
something. I grew up in western Pennsylvania. In western Pennsylvania and eastern Kentucky, they're like twins.
Really?
They look exactly the same.
They go to the broken wishbone with the wing back to the right. They turn, giving off to Brown, and he's stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. And a late flag, and I think they're going to get a Centurion for a hit after the whistle.
Right. I think that was a pretty quick whistle.
Mm-hmm.
And,
may have led with the crown of his helmet. That might be what they get him with. That's a tough call on the young man.
Yeah, it's a personal foul. That's a big penalty. You're giving a team that likes to drive the ball, you're giving them a 1st down and a half by taking a 15-yard penalty.
A free 15. So Brown was stopped for no gain. On the stop, I believe I saw the number. I think it was 88 in white. That was Jonah Mattingly. Actually, they got him down as a kicker. Might be 38. I have to check that out here in a minute.
Check it out.
Same formation, the broken wishbone with a wing back to the right. They turn. They give it off to Blevins. Big hole on the right side. He's going to be brought down by Babin, along with Braden Wilson.
Yeah, Babin and Braden Wilson, they're dual tacklers up there. They've been together on a lot of tackles so far. Again, Cal is in their 5-man front. They're walking another linebacker up close, playing that cover 3 with the safety way back. And I think he's there to be a safety, exactly, to be the last mode of defense.
Well, Babin, the outside linebacker. Now they've walked that Wilson up inside the gap here. They stack them. And they give it off to Turner on that little counter play from the right to the left as he lines up as a wingback on the right. And he's going to be stopped for a gain of 1.
That was a nice job. Cal's adjusted their defense a little bit, if you notice, Darren. They're bringing a guy at the last minute up in a blitz formation, trying to blitz the A-gaps there, trying to put some heat on that fullback, trying to keep that guy from breaking free.
And, Coach, when you talk the A-gap, that's the gap for our listeners and viewers out there between the center and the guards on either side.
Yes, on either side. Came again. There it is again.
Got a quick whistle. I think we have motion on the outside guy for New Harlan.
Cal is anticipating the snap count, because every time I've seen so far, the linebacker's coming forward quickly, and he's timing that snap perfectly. So if the new Harlan team can adjust their snap count, it'd be really to their advantage.
So you think they're going maybe on one or the first sound maybe?
They may be going on a specific count that they've done the whole time.
Double wing backs. The quarterback drops it, picks it back up, will sprint left, in trouble, throws it, incomplete. And looking for, I believe that was Turner coming out of the backfield, but he got number 81 for New Harlan. That is Justin Maiden.
Big Matthew Mosey coming in there, big defensive lineman, and chasing down the quarterback. Quarterback saw him coming and said, whoa, wait a minute, I better get rid of this football. That's a big old guy coming in there for me.
And that was a little dangerous, too, because he threw back in the middle where all the traffic is located.
Never a good idea. 4th down in about 9 here.
2 receivers, or a receiver to either side. The wingbacks, they'll throw the screen to Hunter Blevins, and it's knocked away at the last minute by number 32, Isaiah Hyde, H-E-I-D.
Yeah, a little screen pass where the receiver stays behind the line of scrimmage. Offensive lineman can get in front of him and block, but the ball was thrown a little high, and it was a tough catch anyway. Quarterback could be, if you look, Darren, at what we've got here, the quarterbacks are facing east now, and the sun is just coming up really straight ahead from it. It might be a little problem seeing right now for the quarterbacks. This is the first time these guys and me have ever done a game at 9 o'clock in the morning here.
When's the last time you got up at 9 o'clock in the morning?
No. I'm always up.
But
I'm not doing football.
Okay.
Maybe watching on Sunday.
17.1 to play in the first half. Pressure. Ball's loose. They're going to call it a fumble. And recovered in the backfield by number 84, it looks like, for Cal.
The head referee, the guy with the white hat. By the way, that's the only person you can call a referee, is the guy with the white hat. The rest are just called officials.
There you go. He is the referee because he does have the R on the back of his jersey if you're at the college and professional level. And that'll end the first half of action in what has been dominated for the most part by New Harlan's ground game. And then the big play on the pass play for Cal gets the Centurions on the board. We're through 16 minutes of action in the first half. 16-6 in favor of New Harlan. We'll be back with some numbers a little bit later. And the second half of the opening game of the 2016 Kentucky Middle School Football Association State Playoffs on PrepSpin.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White, Greer, and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White, Greer, and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Halftime of game number 1 of the 8th grade Division 3, I believe this is. Yes, Division 3. We have to clarify. We have 3 divisions in 8th grade, and we have the 7th grade game division as well. But it is New Harlan out of Harlan County. I apologize to my folks, and I apologize to my good friend Billy Hicks from down that area. He grew up, he says Everts, but it's actually Aegis Bottoms he grew up in. So those folks in Harlan County, you'd be surprised I know about that area there.
Well, you know, Darren, you're a font of knowledge, that's for sure. I don't know.
I don't know how much knowledge.
But, you know,
hey,
it's knowledge.
There you go.
Let's go over some stats real quickly.
Okay.
And when we're doing this, you can let me know what you think about it. Harlan 8 first downs to Cal's 4 first downs. Here's the big one: rushing yards. Cal has a total of 3 yards rushing, and Harlan 108 yards rushing. And we saw how they did that.
Oh yeah.
Big linemen and big backs. It's reversed in the passing yardage. Cal has a 99 yards passing to Harlan's 20 yards passing. So a pretty good job. I think 128 total yards for Harlan, 102 yards for Cal. Harlan seemed to dominate the time of possession and the clock, but the score, Cal's in the game.
Right, they're right there.
Yeah, and that's pretty impressive that they did that. And I think one of the important things is that they had not stopped New Harlan until that last drive.
Right.
They stopped them then. That gives you a little motivation and you're going into halftime, I think.
Yeah, and the big play capability, William and I have seen that of Cal the previous 2 trips here. They have big play capability. Now, they can run it out of that spread formation, and we did see Brant Babin run crazy in the 2 games last year here in the Centurions championship run. New Harlan, their first ever appearance here, looking like they've been here before.
Yeah,
most teams will be nervous.
Yeah, very impressive team. Taking a look at some of their rushing totals, Josh Turner, 8 rushes, 55 yards. Matthew Brown, 8 rushes, 47 yards. Hunter Blevins, 2 for 6 yards. They're averaging about 6 yards a carry each one. 6 yards a carry, when you go 10 yards to get a first down, that means a lot of first downs. It really does. For the Centurions, Brant Babin, 2 rushes for 9 yards. Chandler Strong, 4 rushes for 15 yards. Passing, Chandler Strong, 4 for 5, 99 yards, 1 touchdown. Nice job. Been sacked 1 time. Very impressed with that. Matthew Brown, receiving for the New Harlan Patriots, has 1 reception for 20 yards. Brant Babin, 2 receptions for 67 yards, and Braden Wilson, 2 receptions for 32 yards. So I would say both of these teams are doing what they plan to do in their game plan. Cal's kind of settled down to throwing the football pretty well, and New Harlan says, hey, stop us. We're going to power the ball on you.
Well, and most mountain teams love to throw the ball around, kind of like their basketball teams, if you want to equate that, love to shoot the three-point shot down there in the mountains. That's what New Harlan does with that run game. They're going to say, hey, here we come. We're going to line up, see if you can stop us. Nothing fancy. We call it big boy football as the older you get.
Yeah, big boy football, and they're not messing around.
No.
Probably, you have to attribute a lot of these skills and a lot of this determination to the parents of these kids. I mean, on both teams, you just can't say enough for that, and the support that they have. Look at New Harlan. Look at the stands over there. There's some people that traveled a long way to get here, and the Cal fans are over there too. So,
yeah, and it'll get bigger as this day goes along. You got some teams that are here for the first time. Like Owensboro Catholic in our next ball game coming up at 10 o'clock. The winner of this game will take on the winner of Owensboro Catholic and Glasgow. Glasgow has been here before, losing in the semifinals, I believe, a couple of years ago. Coach, we have seen some great plays. William and I, this is your first time here. I think you've been impressed with just the first half of the first game so far.
I have been, and it's going to be fun. If I was smart, I would take and write down the names of these players and then keep an eye on them as they go into high school. Follow them along.
Well, I followed some of the Belfry kids that are playing now and recognizing those games. We got their team, 8th grade team, coming up a little bit later in the evening against the local team, Lexington Catholic. That'll be the 7 o'clock game or thereabouts. That should be a really good football game, a contrast in two styles. Belfry brings that typical Belfry Pirate ball game where they just line it up in a wishbone formation and smash mouth, 3 yards, a cloud of dust, whatever you want to call it these days, is typical Philip Haywood Belfry style football.
Yeah, excellent. It's good to see. And again, if you look at those two teams, and probably a lot of these teams, it's the programs, not the team.
Right.
The fact that they start when they're in elementary school, all the way through middle school, high school, they run the high school programs, kind of like Scott County does,
right
up there.
Of course, they've got 3 to fill from there. Well, a lot of these teams will have just one middle school, maybe feeding another one.
Yeah,
the high school.
It makes a big difference when you do that. When you grow up through the system, running the same system that the high school does. So, looking forward to the second half here. Cal's kicking off. We'll see what kind of kickoff we get, and what kind of position that New Harlan Patriots get in.
You got the kicker doing a little shake there as he was dancing to the music as he's got his steps off, and here he approaches the football. It'll go down to the right side, bounces past Turner at the 25. He'll pick it up at the 18, gives a lot of ground back to the 10. Now he gets a great block to try to get him around the corner. He breaks the tackle at the 10, gives ground some more.
Nice tackle.
And he'll get a -1. We got a flag on the far side. I believe we may get a block in the back on the defender for Cal. He got a block on a peel back from one of his teammates, did Turner, to try to get him free of that tackler. But the young man for Cal is down.
Yeah, it looks like had a little problem. We're not sure. Hopefully he'll be okay. I think the tackle, I believe the tackler on that play was Robin Breeden.
He's in good hands. We got trainer Steve Watson down there from Bluegrass Orthopedics.
There you go, Bluegrass Orthopedics, another one of our fine sponsors on the network, PrepSpin.
Yeah, they supply these trainers, and I'll tell you what, these trainers are excellent. They are extremely well capable of taking care of these kids. And we mentioned this last night too, Darren. The key is they always err on the side of safety. They don't take a chance at all with these young people, and that's really, really important.
Well, the young man looks like maybe he's got the wind knocked out of him, and especially get hitting with that short rib, that'll knock the wind out of him. You feel like your head's about ready to explode, and you're trying to get your breath, and the more you try to, the worse it gets. And he's sitting up in an upright position right now. That's a good sign for the young man from Cal. And now he's going to walk off the field under his own power.
I don't know if that might have been the kicker. I'm not sure.
Could have been number 12. That would be.
No, it's number 39.
39. Let's see if I can find him here. We don't have a 39 on this roster they gave us. Yeah, we do. Ryan Allen.
Ryan Allen, good for you. You're up and on your feet and over on the sideline with your friends, buddy.
There you go. And the good news was he walked under his own power. Darren Douglas along with Mike Meehan. The Twitter account at PrepSpin. You can tweet us online. And William and I like to do a thing called football, friends, and food. Correct? Is that what we call it?
No, it's faith, family, football.
Okay, he does. He changes it on me this year. He changed it on me. The bottom line is we want to know your best tailgate menus from wherever you're from.
Oh, boy.
They did this one year. We did this one year, and I think Corbin and Belfry were playing each other, and William and I each gained 10 pounds just reading the menus that were sent to us. That's it. At PrepSpin on our Twitter account. You can tweet us a question or comment or whatever. And
feel free to tweet me at Coach Meehan.
There you go.
MEIGHAN, at Coach Meehan.
At Coach Meehan. I would give mine out, but I can't remember mine. Mine's too long.
Oh, look at that run.
That's Brown again. He squirms into the secondary. He's over the 40 to the 50 and is going to be chased down in Cal territory at about the 40. Actually, he stepped out of bounds back in New Harlan territory at the 47-yard line, but a big run by the fullback.
I love the way these guys can run the football. They actually burst through the line of scrimmage and break to the outside, did a really nice job of picking up a couple blocks and headed down the sideline. And they had him backed up in the end zone there. I'll tell you what, it's critical that you keep people backed up when you have a team like this that works so hard at driving the football.
If I'm not mistaken, that was a gain of 42.
It was a nice play all the way around.
Wingback formations to either side. 2 wideouts. They give it off to Blevins. Nothing doing. They're going to get a face mask coming up, and I believe there is no 5-yard penalty for face mask. It's all personal foul penalties on any kind of face mask.
I believe, too. You used to have an inadvertent penalty face mask. I don't think they do that anymore.
It is a face mask against Cal, but Blevins was stood up right at the line of scrimmage. He kept fighting, but a big penalty. It is the 5-yard variety, so I guess we do have a 5-yard in high school.
We don't know anything. We're just up here having fun and trying to watch some football.
Well, somebody asked me if this was a job, and I said, this is not a job. This is fun. They bring 2 wideouts here to the right side. They go to the double wing back again. They turn, give it off to Blevins. Same play. Stutter steps in the hole and then lowers his head and gets the first down at the Cal 42.
Yeah, they big number 68 Keeling and number 78 also Hyman on the tackle. Really nice job bringing him down. The only problem is they're throwing him forward, but there's a penalty on this one too.
Yeah, maybe a hold. Yep. Coming up, and it must have been Burkhart because he was a little upset with the call. And one of his teammates said, hey, big fella, we're moving the football. They can't stop us. Get back in the huddle. So a good job by one of his teammates to keep him from getting another penalty on top of the one that possibly was called on him. They go down to the split back look in the backfield with a wing back to the right. They bring that wing back in motion. Turn, give it off to Turner. Breaks a tackle at the 45 and then just bursts through that hole inside the 45 of Cal down to the 41. So they get an extra yard on that play after the holding penalty.
Nice job of blocking. That's just a fullback belly off tackle in the B gap, which is the gap between the guard and the tackle. They're just powering the ball up in there. Nice job of blocking by the offensive line.
And a little wrinkle from the New Harlan offense, they put Turner that time in the fullback position out of that split back look, or the veer look is what this would be. Same formation. This time the wing back to the right in motion, and they give it off to Turner again. And one thing I've noticed about these New Harlan running backs, even though if they get hit, they fall forward.
Yeah, that's real. That's because they're lean. They're carrying their shoulders over the pads and basically just staying down low and running hard. They have a little mismatch in size on the defensive line, and they're taking advantage of it.
16-6 in favor of New Harlan. They have the football moving left to right on your computer screen, your iPhone, your laptop, Chromebook, whatever you got. And they're on the move again is New Harlan. They give it off to the wingback. This is Brown, excuse me. And Brown does something Coach said is not only tough to teach, but every running back you see when they do it, they don't fumble the football. He does a good job of putting two hands or double skinning that football.
Exactly, and I'm watching. We complimented James Gray, offensive lineman, Kobe Burkhart, another offensive lineman, number 55. A nice job of blocking out there for the Patriots.
They go Burkhart on the right. It's 3rd and 1. They turn, give it off to Brown. Why not? First down inside the 30-yard line to about the 28-yard line of Cal. And
again, I'm going to do it again. This time, Brett Rourke and Tony Reynolds, offensive lineman for the Patriots. A nice job, especially watching. Reynolds. A nice block. So these guys are these offensive linemen know what's going on here with the power. Good compliment to the offensive line coach here.
They go receiver to the right, wing back to the right, tight end also on that side. They overload the right-hand side. They turn, give it off to Brown again. And he's hit and dropped at the 25. A gain of a couple. On the stop is Babin. That's Brant Babin, number 3 for Cal, along with number 75, the left defensive tackle. That would be Jackson Scott.
Well, yeah, with the tackle, yes.
But a good job by the left defensive end, too, for Cal, making Brown cut that thing back up inside. Called what's setting the edge, which means, Coach, he's not letting anybody get outside of him, cutting it back in for help, right?
That's right.
We try to help. They give it to Brown for the 3rd straight time. Big hole, and he gets down to the 15-yard line, and a first down for New Harlan.
Best tackle of the night right there, number 83, Gage Guerin, with a super tackle. Just wrapped him up perfectly, just the way you would teach it, and bring him down. The only trouble is when you have a cornerback and the safety's making tackles, you kind of concern yourself with why you're not stopping the team.
And I think Cal, they're going to stop the clock just long enough to get the chains set. And timeout is going to be called by Cal. We'll keep it right here. As we mentioned, game number 2 will be the second semifinal of the Division III state playoffs of the Kentucky Middle School Football Association. It'll feature the Aces of Owensboro Catholic and the Scotties of Glasgow. And if you're not familiar with Glasgow, down just south of Bowling Green.
That's a pretty area, too.
Gorgeous area.
Flat land.
Beautiful drive.
Just nice, yeah.
Game number 3 of the game, game number 3 of the day will be coming up in the 7th grade. It'll be the 11:30 game will be North Pulaski, the number 1 seed, coming out of the Region 4 against Region 3's Newburgh. And then Glasgow out of the Region 2 area will make an appearance against South Warren, and that'll be the Trojans of South Warren.
So, Darren, explain to me again.
Or Spartans, I should say.
You have 8th grade football and 7th grade football.
Correct.
And they're separate as far as
teams and everything, yes.
Right. So New Harlan could maybe not have a 7th grade team here, or they could have a 7th grade.
They could, yes. They all could if they have enough players interested in the program. Then coming up at 2:30 will be the 8th grade Division I semifinals, Newburgh against Knox in game number 1 of that one. And then the 4 o'clock game of the Division I 8th grade playoffs will be Bowling Green and Crosby out of Louisville.
All right, that's a new one on me, Crosby.
Here we go, the same formation. They run entirely this drive. They give it off to Brown. Big hole, touchdown. Number 2 on the day for Matthew Brown.
It's a nice job of Matthew Brown. I'm seeing some super blocking, too.
That was just man-on-man again.
Yeah, and they're leading that. They've been leading Hunter Blevins in there. He's a running back, but acting like a fullback blocker, number 7. Really nice job. Everything they're doing now is working in their favor.
Then you got that big tight end in Helton, number 88, there on that right side, just off the outside shoulder of the tackle. And then you put the wingback, oh, by the way, Mr. Turner, who's just as big as the wingback, and you're really just outsizing Cal on that side.
Absolutely.
They give it off to Brown, same play. He breaks a tackle at the 5, And it's going to be dropped, so the 2-point conversion is no good. So 2 scores and 2 2-point conversions is the difference for Cal. With 2:40 to play in the third quarter, it's New Harlan 22, Cal 6. Back with the kickoff on PrepSpin.com.
White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
Darren Douglas and the coach, Mike Meehan, with you here as we bring you the first game of 8. It's Cal receiving the kickoff. This is the kicker, Newton Games, actually. He gets the ball at the 15, breaks the tackle, and gets it up over the 30 to about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. So a nice return by Games for the Centurions. That's where Cal will set up shop, trailing by 2 scores and 2 2-point conversions, 22-6.
Right, and there's a holding penalty on it, so that'll back them up again. They can ill afford to have these penalties, especially on kickoff returns where they really need good field position.
Coach, I know since William and I have been doing this, you don't see a ton of penalties on kickoff returns by these middle school teams. Where you see most of them are illegal procedures or illegal formations, those type of penalties are 5 yards for the most part. And then you get some teams where they do a little bit of something with the spread formations. They'll get some pass interferences and things like that. But for the most part, these teams are very well coached and not a lot of penalties so far that we've seen in the 6 years.
No, a little bit of nervous early in the game, maybe some offsides penalties and so on.
Strong rolls right under trouble and gets hit as he releases, and it bounces way short of his intended receiver, Babin. And there's that guy again, Burkhart, in the backfield causing problems.
Big Burkhart was right in there. Again, it's really difficult, especially when you're young, for a right-handed quarterback to go to the left side, roll to the left side. You have to get your shoulders around. You have to get an aiming point with your front shoulder, set your feet to throw. Pretty tough to do, especially when some big bear is bearing down on you.
Tell you what, I saw a young man down at in the neighborhood of Liberty, Kentucky, quarterback for Casey County. Brees Bryant's his name, and can throw it very well going to his left, and he's a right-handed quarterback. Strong in trouble, and guess who? That actually is the big tight end from his defensive end position this time on the stop for New Harlan. That's Hunter Helton.
Yeah, that was he just immediately came in, wasn't blocked at all, made the tackle. So now we have a very, very long yardage here.
Yep, it's to be 3rd down and about 15. Actually, make it 16 as they put the ball right on the 10-yard line. So it's 3rd and 16 as the clock rolls. 1:50 to play in the third. 22-6, New Harlan. In the first game of the day in the Division III 8th grade state semifinals. Strong looking on the wheel route for Babin. And Babin actually turned into the defender because the cornerback was right there, and that is Tyler Cole, who but Babin just basically turned into the defender, and he might have gotten there a little bit before the ball did too.
Well, I don't think the official is going to worry about that kind of call because it looks like it was just so close when a team's already backed up this far.
That was a bang play too.
But the New Harlan team was ready for that. They'd seen that before for a touchdown, and they gave up a touchdown early in the game on that same play.
And the other thing that seems to be tough to coach young players, especially at this level and younger, is if you're a corner or a safety or even a wide out, to go up and pinpoint the ball at its highest point. In other words, go up and get the football, kind of like a rebound on basketball. Don't stay on the ground. Go get it.
Yeah, you have to high point the ball.
And Bryant did a nice job. Here's our first punt of the day. They'll kick it away from Turner, but it bounces right to him at the 39. He's inside the 30. Cuts it back at the 30, 25, and goes inside the 20 to about the 19-yard line.
Nice return. Big man can return the football. Nice hands, too, catching the football.
And he was aggressive, too. He went over trying to catch it in the air, realized it wasn't going to get to him in the air, but played it on the hop just like a shortstop or a third baseman on the big hop and got that big frame moving. And what I like about every one of these running backs for New Harlan, they square their shoulders to the goal line when they get in the hole and then they smell that goal line.
Yeah, and there's these big guys running the football, and I have to compliment the Centurions because they're making these tackles on these full-speed running guys. They're not afraid to get in there and make the tackle. I'm impressed.
Going down low. They got the double wing back formation. They turn, give it off to Brown. And Brown got shirt tackled up around the upper part of the chest area in a drop, or he drops him at the 15-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 5 from the 15.
Yeah, big number 36 has been in a lot of plays. Braden Babe, and he's been in a whole lot of plays on defense.
And he is the linebacker, the inside linebacker on the left side for the Centurions. 2 wingbacks to either side. They have the 2 receivers split out on both sides. They turn, give it off to Blevins, breaks the tackle in the backfield inside the 15 to about the 13. He got a couple.
Brant,
3rd and 3.
Excuse me, Darren Brant Baben on the edge out here, a defensive end, and this at that time came, or maybe it was even a cornerback, had a little corner blitz, came in there and tried to get the play in the backfield. Actually got a hand on the runner, but he broke the tackle. But that was a nice job. What they're doing, they're taking some chances right now. They're trying to get some penetration to keep these big backs and these quick backs from getting the football past the line of scrimmage.
And maybe create a turnover that they can maybe scoop and score, or at least stop this New Harlan drive. They go to the split back look in the backfield with Blevins and Brown. They turn, give it off to Brown. In the hole, he'll dance into the hole, get the first down inside the 10 to the 6-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal as we go to the 4th quarter, where New Harlan looks to pad their 16-point lead, 22-6 over Cal on PrepSpin.com.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthodontics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
It's easy to spot people who participated in high school sports and activities.
Right on time.
They learned important lessons like leadership, teamwork, respect.
Hey, our meeting moved to 10.
We'll be ready.
Values that last a lifetime.
We need to focus on 3 factors.
Support high school sports and activities in your community. When kids take part, they get set for life.
I'm not happy.
Back to Bryan Station High School. It's 1st and goal for the Patriots of New Harlan Middle School out of Harlan County. I stand corrected. I apologize again for like the 15th time. I'll probably apologize the rest of the day for that. Inside the 4, they gave it to Brown for the 4th straight carry.
It's a nice job. Okay, I'm gonna compliment somebody. I've been watching Josh Turner, number 14 for New Harlan, and I'll tell you what, all you people back there who know this young man, you can give him a big pat on the back, buy him a lollipop or a
snow cone.
Something, yeah, snow cone, because he is blocking his brains out there. Really impressed with the young man.
I tell you what, I'm impressed with those 5 guys up front that don't get a lot of mention. You know, we've mentioned Burkhart and we've mentioned his cohort on that right side, James Gray, but we have, I think, Troy Tony Reynolds on the left side, and we'll give you a couple others. They turn to give it off to Turner, and you're speaking of the devil, touchdown, New Harlan. That's number 2 for Turner on the day.
Guy runs the football and scores. He blocks extremely well. Pretty impressed. A good job of blocking on the left side over there by 67, 60, and the center, of course.
That's Tony Reynolds is 67. Brett Rourke is 60, and then the center, I believe, he's the small guy on that line. He's not small, but he's a smaller one of that 5 up front.
Yeah, I don't
he
see
is
anybody.
Number 60, 66, it looks like,
66.
or 65, something like that. Gabe Fultz, if it's who we think it is.
Unbalanced line right.
Actually, Gabe's here on the side. I must be 69, so that's Jordan Steele. They give it off to Turner. He'll get the 2-point conversion, and it's New Harlan now increasing their lead to 30-6 over Cal with 7:10 to play in the ball game. And we have an injured Centurion as well as, I think, Turner.
Yeah, Turner hurt his leg a little bit on that.
May have taken a helmet on the knee.
And the one we need to be concerned about, and the coaches need to look at carefully, is number 3.
That's Babin.
Because Babin went in there and really cracked him hard, and looks like when he was on the ground, he was holding his head. So trainer needs to get out there and take a look at him real quickly.
Well, we have coaches for New Harlan as well as Cal, along with the training staff, checking on the young man for Cal. We'll check on it and step out and take a break here. It's 30-6 New Harlan on PrepSpin.com.
I'm not happy with my teeth. They're not straight enough.
Let me fix them for you.
No. You are not White Greer and Maggard.
I'm sort of like White Greer and Maggard. I'm local, love smiles, love to fix things.
No.
Sorta you isn't you. White, Greer, and Maggard, where a beautiful smile is just the beginning.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
Back at Bryan Station, good news, both players up on their feet. Babin is actually got his helmet on and jogging off as you see the field from our vantage point here at what used to be R.L. Grider Stadium at Bryan Station. We'll call it that.
It still is probably. We just don't see the sign.
They used to have a big old sign that let you know you were coming to Grider Stadium.
Mr. Grider was a principal here many years ago.
Yeah. Oh, boy, was it cold last year. My goodness gracious. William was trying to do color with me out on the – he was also running camera out on the stoop out here.
Ooh.
And I said, you got any gloves? No. So I gave him some gloves, and he was freezing to death out there. Two gloves. He didn't have enough clothing on, to be honest with you.
What a difference a year makes.
Uh-huh. And who would have thunk it? Here, the last Saturday in October, and they're calling for temperatures near 80 degrees this afternoon. Only in Kentucky.
It's just crazy. And next week looks pretty, at least the first part of the week,
looks pretty, yeah. And probably next weekend when we're all out doing playoff high school football games, it'll probably be 30 degrees somewhere.
I'm going to go down to Florida.
Yeah, William be in Florida here in a couple of weeks, and I'm not talking to him.
It's probably going to be cold down there, lights.
Probably. You'll have snow for the first time in Florida history in the southern part of Florida.
Just try to avoid the hurricanes, you know.
Yeah.
They've been blasted a couple times.
They have, yeah. So. And our thoughts and prayers go out with those as well as the folks down in Haiti who are still trying to recover. Here's a kick, a squib kick, goes all the way back to the, still bouncing around, picked up at the 24. Dancing around, that's Babin. He'll come up over the 30 to the 35. Here he comes out in space. 40, 45, 50. One man to beat. 30, 25, 20. Brown, can he catch him? No, sir, but he'll tackle him just a couple of yards deep in the end zone. Touchdown, Cal, and boy, did the Centurions need that.
What a change of pace. What an absolutely change. And you're right, they really needed that. With 6 minutes to go, 6 and 52 to go in the game, that puts them back in the football game right now.
Now they need a couple of defensive stops.
They haven't been able to get that.
Yeah. But I tell you what, Brown came out of nowhere for New Harlan, tried to chase him down, and just was a little bit late to get there.
Showed some speed, but just too much of a lead there.
Yep. Now Babin looking to his sidelines and say, Coach, are you going to bring me out? Because I'm a little gassed after that one.
A little tired after that.
You know, I had to chase the ball around. It was bouncing around. I couldn't pick it up. Finally got to it on the left hash, or actually by the left numbers, picked it up, went up a few yards upfield, then came all the way across the field until he found space. And I didn't see who the young man was here on the near side that gave him the block that got him the corner.
Nice block on the corner to get him the trip down the sideline here.
They have twins starting out. They bring the slot receiver from left to right. Strong, rolling right, looks, throws, caught for the two-point conversion. And that for Cal is Braden Wilson. I noticed on this Cal roster, they got a whole lot of Bradens.
They have a whole lot of Bradens. And that was a nice throw and a nice catch in the end zone. Wide open receiver. Pretty good job.
30-14 is our score with a 6:52 to play. A huge kickoff return of 77 yards from Brant Baden, and the two-point conversion to Braden Wilson from Strong, and it's 30-14, two touchdowns, two two-point conversions. But Cal's got to do something they haven't done but once today, and that's stop this New Harlan offense.
Yeah, they had a good stop right at the end of the first half on a drive that New Harlan mounted, but a good job on the stop. Otherwise, they have not been able to stop them. They've been reusing the power with the fullback, like you said, the little counter with the fullback, the bend play, run some belly off tackle in the B gap, and just dominating the line of scrimmage with these really good offensive linemen.
Turner here on the near side trying to stretch out what looks to be that right leg. He may have taken a helmet to the thigh, and that seems to be more painful than anything else when you get what they call a contusion.
You get a contusion, you get a little knot there sometimes, and it just it's very uncomfortable.
Of course, it took me forever to figure it out when I was younger. My dad said I had a horse named Charlie in my leg. And I was like, huh?
People use that for everything.
I know.
Depends on what part of the country you're from.
That's true. 6:52 to play, and Cal will kick it off again to New Harlan. You have Brown, the far side receiver, on the right hash mark, or the far side hash mark, and the near side, I believe, is the quarterback. And they teach those front guys, if it comes to you, just fall on it. Nice play by Gary, I believe. Wait a minute, that is number 50, James Gray.
Yeah, James Gray, nice job with his hands, just scooped up that ball and laid on it. Curled up on it so nobody could get it. It's pretty good. The sideline for New Harlan's pretty excited down here. I'm watching some of the younger guys that haven't gotten in the game, and they're really trying to back their teammates out there.
Oh, yeah. You know, I have not been to New Harlan. I plan on one day going that direction. I always like to try to hit some towns I've never seen before.
Yeah, I like Harlan County, that whole area down there, Benham and that area.
I've been to Harlan before, but not New Harlan. They give it off to Brown in the big gap, 40, 30, 25, 20, run out of bounds by Strong. The free safety for Cal, but boy, Matthew Brown right now is carrying the load for the Patriots.
Yeah, he takes advantage of these little gaps he gets and just takes off down the sideline. Strong just had that what we call the 12th defender over there, the sideline, to help him out. Otherwise, he could have gone all the way.
You know what I'm impressed with Brown is when he is making some of those cuts and dips and darts into the line, he never turns his shoulders to the sidelines. They're always square to that goal line. They give it off to Brown again. This time he's going to dart outside, breaks a tackle at the 25, gets down to the 20.
There's a nice job on that one, too. Again, he just did opposite what you said.
Yep.
He broke to the outside, but then he changed his mind and said, nah, I think I'll just turn upfield. Minrath again on the tackle, Will Minrath.
Boy, he is just and we have a Cal player down. It was the guy who had his hands on Brown in the backfield and just couldn't corral him.
Yeah, right here near the New Harlan sideline.
Right at the 25. You know, we were impressed with this offensive line. We gave you the 5 starters up front for the Patriots, and they're big. They look like they're athletic because they'll pull both the guards and the tackles sometimes on plays and just outman Cal on the edges.
Okay, Darren, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Sure.
What's the abbreviation for the people sponsoring this?
KYMSFA, the Kentucky Middle School Football Association.
Good job,
Notice I did it
buddy.
slow.
Yes. Good job.
Somebody asked me one time, why do you say the KYMSFA? And I said, because I'll never remember all that.
They're like the KHSA to football
They're like the KHSAA of the middle school football ranks, and we've had a lot of really good teams. Matter of fact, William and I, 3 years ago, had a catch that made the ESPN top 10 play of the day.
That's awesome. From what team?
Corbin. A one-hand catch, laid out, one hand, corralled it, and a buddy of mine called me from down in Texas and said, Darren, do you know you're on ESPN? I said, do what?
Oh, wow. By the way, William Pear was the injured player, and he's fine.
He got up and walked up. Another one was probably got a wind knocked out of him. Good always to see those guys walk off or jog off on there. Devin Sams, that was his name. Already a sophomore at Corbin High School. Can you believe that? William, that makes you feel old, doesn't it? There's that guy again, Matt Brown, touchdown number 3 from 20 yards.
Touchdown, Matt Brown. That rhymes. That sounds like a good nickname. They call him TD Matt Brown.
Hey, guys.
Yes, sir.
We know what Brown can do for you now.
We do. Oh, wow.
Oh,
hope we don't know any royalties to that certain company that says that little thing. But a nice hole on this left side. They're starting to now wear on that left side of that offensive line, and Reynolds and Gray, the left tackle and left guard respectively. And I believe they had Helton, the tight end, on that side at that time.
They're just doing a really good job. Here's where they come in the unbalanced line look usually on these
Actually,
2-point conversions.
Yeah, they're straight up with the tight end to the right side. The wing back is on the left. They turn, fake it to Brown. They have Helton open in the flat, and the 2-point conversion is good. New Harlan's been perfect on 2-point conversions today. They've gotten every one of them, and they lead 38-14 with 6:14 to play in the ball game. And what an answer from New Harlan after the long kickoff return for a touchdown from Cal.
It really was. I'm watching this. I'm watching old Hunter Helton.
Yeah.
And they play with a smaller ball, and he looks like his hand is just surrounding the ball.
Yeah.
He's a big guy.
Yeah.
Easily catch for him. He reached up and caught it like a tennis ball.
Well, and the thing was, that was a play-action pass. They faked everything going to the left with that power run game that they've been displaying today. And Helton was on the right side and then kind of but blocked down for a count of 2 and released into the flat, and he was wide open.
It's a really nice executed play, well-called play on a two-point conversion.
38-14, and this New Harlan ball club said, hey, we're down here for the entire weekend. We didn't come down to stay on Friday night and go home after our game this morning. We want to be here on Sunday afternoon, too. And right now, they're up 38-14, but Cal has showed big play potential with a long touchdown pass and then a long touchdown kickoff return, huh? We got to have some tweets, folks, at PrepSpin. You can tweet a question, comment. Here goes a Centurion again with that's 33. Is that who has that one? That is Trey Jorgensen. Number 33 gets it into New Harlan territory at the 44-yard line. Again, if you want to tweet a comment, a shout-out, a question, a tailgate menu. I mean, we'll go down. William and I will go anywhere. William has computer equipment. We'll travel. Darren has voice. We'll travel.
We'll work for food.
We'll work for food. That's right. Good food especially. And I know around the state of Kentucky there is a tremendous amount of good food in all areas of the state of Kentucky. So if you'll tweet us at PrepSpin, that's PrepSpin. Shotgun formation. They turn, they give it off to the running back, and nothing doing.
No, nothing there at all.
Take your pick. There was about 4 Patriots there, including Burkhart, along with number 50. That is James Gray. And Hunter Helton. They've dropped him down, that big tight end that you're impressed with, Coach, from his defensive end position. They've got him right on the nose now.
Yeah, that's pretty smart to put the guy in there to take care of those runs inside. Cal's more successful has been with the passing game.
They'll drop back, throw. Nope, doesn't have time.
He got smothered.
Gray again. Nope, that's number 60 this time. That's Brett Roark.
Yeah, Roark was just powered his way in and just completely capsized that quarterback that time.
Along with Hunter Steele, number 69. So the 2 defensive tackles in this, it looks like a 3-4 now that New Harlan's playing.
Yeah, they're playing for the pass a little bit now with 5 minutes to go in this football game and a pretty good lead.
They got Turner back there as the sole safety, and Cal going for it. They have no choice with 4:51 and the clock rolling, down 3 scores. Back to pass is Strong. He rolls right. After him is Roark. He'll throw, and it's broken up.
Yeah,
intended for Gage Guerin.
Yeah, Gage Guerin ran a little sideline route, but he was well covered. Decent pass, actually, but again, it was just too well covered.
Broken up by Gary Jones, number 3 for Cal. I apologize. That was a third down play, so it's third.
That's fourth down.
And about 15, now fourth and about 15. So Cal now will go for it on fourth down. One step ahead of myself there. 4:35 to play. This is game number 1 of 8 today on PrepSpin. This is the 8th grade Division III state semifinals between New Harlan and Cal. I formation this time. They'll pitch it back. They were going to throw it back to Strong, and then Helton just grabs the quarterback, Lagasty, and drops him. They were actually going to throw that back. They put Lagasty out in a slot position, pitched it to him, or actually in the I formation, pitched it back to him. He was going to throw it back to the quarterback, Strong, but a good job out there by the outside linebacker, and I believe that was 53, Gavin Ewald for New Harlan, who saw the play developing and covered Strong in the flat on the backside.
Yeah, they tried a little trickeration, and it didn't work. There was just too much pressure on the person throwing the football to get that off. But try a little trickery. Again, though, you're giving a very, very good New Harlan team the ball.
It's like we got a new running back into the ball game for New Harlan. Number 27 in blue, that will be Timothy Bailey. He'll line up at the fullback spot. And they give it off to Bailey.
2 hands on the ball, power over the right side, over the A-gap, and made good yardage. So it doesn't matter who they put in there right now. They're still running the ball really well.
Well, that line is just established control and established the line of scrimmage from the original spot to about 2, sometimes 3 or 4 yards on the Cal side of things. So Bailey with his first carry, they gave him 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. The same formation, Helton right, Brown left. Wingbacks to either side. The fullback is Bailey. They give it to him again. Bounces off a tackler at the 30. Gets inside the 30 to about the 26. It'll be 1st and 10 for New Harlan.
Just power football. Power football. It takes a whole group of Centurions to make the tackle.
And I tell you, too, we call it a double wingback. Coach Carr Sr., who was a colorful guy, he was also from, well, not from your area, he was on the other side of the state, from Erie, Pennsylvania. Coach Carr, Joe Carr Sr.,
right,
more known for his wrestling ability.
Absolutely.
Although he could have played football for Joe Paterno at Penn State coming out of high school back in the day. So tell you how good an athlete he was. But he would call those booger backs.
Booger backs.
A little booger to the right and a little booger to the left. And, of course, you can't say that about Blevins and Turner. Those guys are pretty big fellas.
Right, exactly.
Again to Bailey, 3rd straight carry for the new guy in the backfield for New Harlan.
It's fun to watch this offense. It's interesting that we talk about Navy. Navy will run this double slot, double wing.
Or the flex bone, I think, is what they called it out at Air Force, right? Didn't they call it the flex bone? Yeah. Got number 82 in the ball game, Johnny Brock, for the first time today for New Harlan. Get some of these guys some mention. Troy Bennett is 75. He's coming in. Looks like he's going to play left tackle right now. And another injured Centurion. That's like 77. That is William Parr for Cal. We try to get guys mentioned, and when they get into the lineup, we'll try to give them a mention, at least so family members who may not have made it down can hear their family member's name called.
Tweet at us at PrepSpin.
Again, you can tweet us a question, comment,
Gary Prade.
Whatever.
Watching.
Gary Prade, where is Gary from there, William? New Harlan. Welcome aboard, Gary. Let us know what you think about the camera, the quality of the video that you're receiving. It's in HD here on PrepSpin.
He says not too many folks in New Harlan can get the broadcast because of their internet there.
Okay. Well, pass along the score if you got ways of doing that, Gary.
Or invite everybody over to your house.
Yeah, or
Get them over to your house. Serve them chicken wings and stuff.
There you go.
Yeah.
Don't know how.
I
don't know if it's cool down there, cooler than it is here, but make them a pot of chili, whatever. They give it off to Bailey again. We're going to get a illegal procedure against the Patriots.
Yeah, you could charge admission. Get everybody over to your
go.
house, charge admission, serve some chicken wings, and have a good time with it.
He said he don't have Roadrunner, he has Slug internet.
I like that one. Haven't heard that one before. Of course, the inference is from Gary there that Roadrunner is a fast, high-speed internet, and Slug means it's about as slow as a slug.
Yeah.
Remember the feel of those as a kid when you walk around barefoot out at night and you step on one of those?
Yeah, you did that a lot.
Boy, it was the eeriest feeling.
I usually wear shoes.
Give it off to Bailey, and again, we're going to have illegal procedure on New Harlan. About the only thing this New Harlan offense hasn't done right here in the last couple of plays is get totally set.
Yeah.
An illegal shift, actually, they're going to call. So two guys moving at once.
Well, they have some younger people in there, and there's, they're getting some movement, and they're getting a little excited.
Got number 55 in there, right? That's cool. Burkhardt still. I should know that number by now. We called his name enough defensively, especially.
Scott Jackson in there on the offensive line. Number 75.
It's actually on here on the other page here, Coach. That's
Okay.
Troy Bennett.
Wrong
Wrong roster.
Yeah, wrong
It's
roster.
okay. We got about 4 or 5 different rosters up here for the right now. Levin's in motion. They turn, give it off to Bailey. Gets right in behind Burkhardt, and he just follows big 55 down inside the 15 to the 14. 1st and 10 for New Harlan with 1:45 to play. So the Patriots look like they've punched their ticket for one half of the Division III 8th grade championship game tomorrow. So for you New Harlan Patriot fans, you might want to write this down. That kickoff time is for noon tomorrow.
See Jordan Steele in there, and again, my fault on Troy Bennett's in there, and some.
Still have some of those
extra
frontline
people.
guys in.
Yeah.
Probably get a couple more in here as the time winds down. Looks like number 16 is getting ready to get in there for.
Who's our next game?
It'll be Owensboro Catholic William against Glasgow. Looks
Do they
like
start
Caleb
those
Reynolds
games
is 16.
Pretty quick.
Pretty
after?
quick, yeah. They'll get it as close to the scheduled start time as they can get. It's usually, I think, 10 minutes, I think, between games, maybe 15.
Yeah, they have to keep it moving.
Keep it moving, but yeah. There was one night we were here really late a couple of years ago, and that was only because it got started almost on time. I think it was 10 minutes later than the scheduled kickoff time, but there was a whole bunch of offense in that game. It was Johnson County and Bowling Green. It was like, okay, one big play, one team would do, and then the other one would say, hey, I got one better. Here we go,
And
So
when teams throw the ball, too, that stops the clock every time there's an incompletion. Last night, the game we did, Pulaski Southwestern and Lexington Catholic, that game was really quick, William. It went really fast.
Yeah.
If there wasn't there was an injury, kind of a serious, potentially serious injury where they brought an ambulance on the field for a Lexington Catholic player, that's what slowed the game down.
Got a new left tackle in, Ethan Caldwell, 63. I'm sorry, Coach.
No, I just wanted to make sure that everybody knew that
New
the
Harlan.
young man is okay.
Number 2 is Tyler Cole. He's in for the first time today. The new quarterback. Is that 53, the quarterback? No, it's number 5 still. Nope, 53. I was right. I wasn't seeing things. They turn, give it off to Bailey again. And 53, that's Gavin Ewald.
Gavin Ewald, number 53. 53 on your program, number 1 in your heart.
There
buddy.
you go.
There he is right there.
You know what? I don't know. The last time I saw a 53 at quarterback, we could probably go back to the 50s.
Yeah, numbers weren't a concern back then.
When he was not called a quarterback. Not as big as the hefty lefty, though. Good sized kid, though. They turn, give it off to Bailey again. He'll get inside the 5 till about the 4. It'll be 1st and goal for New Harlan with 55 seconds, clock rolling. And they punched their ticket to the championship game tomorrow. We have number 75 back in. That is think I've called him before. The other is Troy Bennett. We have
big number 74 is in.
74. That is Alex Sanders.
53 still a quarterback.
63 was Ethan Caldwell. He was in for a couple of plays. And now he's Caldwell back to his thing he's done most of the day, and that's turn around and get the crowd fired up.
16's split out to the right side.
I noticed him when he went in. Caleb Reynolds had to wait till he turned around and faced me so I could see the number. The back part of the jersey is somewhat in the top of his britches tucked in there. He's a little small fella, but that'll do it. And New Harlan, in their first appearance in the state championship semifinals, is into the championship game. They'll await the winner of our next game, Owensboro Catholic in Glasgow, as they knock off Cal 38-14 in game number 1. And, Coach, I don't think anything surprising to us. That offensive line for New Harlan was the one that set the tone early and then just continued to keep the pressure on Cal and with that run game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to follow this, see who wins the later on, to see who plays them, because whoever plays them is going to have to be able to play good, strong defense on the defensive line. They can throw the ball a little bit. They showed that. But their forte is running the football over the tackles and the guards.
Yeah, and then they've got 3 running backs in Blevins, Turner, and as you called him, touchdown, Matthew Brown. 3 of them today.
Matthew Brown, buddy. I tell you what, he's the main man out there.
But Brown with 3 touchdowns, Turner with 2 today, and New Harlan punches their ticket for a noon kickoff tomorrow for the championship game, either against Glasgow or Owensboro Catholic, and that'll be our first game tomorrow in the first of 4 state championship games. Well, Coach, real quickly, your assessment of game number 1.
Well, it's a lot of fun, and it goes quickly. You have to make sure that you're following your game plan. Very few mistakes toward the end when the rookies, young people got in there. There were a lot of penalties, little procedure penalties and so on. But most of the game was clean, good sportsmanship, well officiated, and 2 pretty good football teams out there. Just one team was a little more powerful than the other.
Well, game number 1 in the books, and we'll get ready for Owensboro Catholic and Glasgow here in just a moment. So you'll have to log off and log back in for game number 2 with Coach Mike Meehan and Darren Douglas, along with the King of Stream, William Warfield, on production on PrepSpin.com.
To recognize the Kentucky Middle School football state semifinals winners in 8th grade, Division III. Your Region 4 champion, the New Harlan Patriots.